It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
I was at the mall yesterday and I saw this old Hispanic Mexican looking man. I don't know what he was, but yeah. And he had a Make America Great Again hat on. And like everybody was just looking at him, like all the other Spanish people, because I was in, anyway, it doesn't matter where I was, but all the other Spanish people that
No,
was
you
around, because there was a lot of them around, okay? They all was looking at him and like pointing and talking shit. And I was just like, oh, that
They
man don't
can't
stand a
read the room
chance.
because it's in English. So no shock there. Like they just don't get it. You going home.
No.
You're going ET phone home. You're on your
Like,
way.
you about to pack it up, okay?
You literally have 30 minutes.
Literally.
That
And it
means
was just
that
so
even
funny.
if you're natural born, he want even the natural born.
Everybody.
I looked at the Spanish lady. She was pointing and talking to her family and giving him dirty looks, and then he looked back and he just rolled his eyes and kept moving. I said, oh, this old man is sassy too. He said, I don't give a damn.
He just
People
don't. He
be
gonna fuck
racist
around.
to the bone. They can't help themselves.
The fact is, I'm like, that y'all be willingly racist against yourself is like
Exceptionalism. Exceptionalism has people like mind warped. Like they don't really understand what's happening because they think they're the exception to the rule. And like it don't make no sense. Speaking of racism, I be on Facebook. So I was on Facebook. I love Facebook because I'm in all of these groups. Like that is what I use Facebook for. I just be scrolling on my groups. So I'm in the Black Women Trader Joe's group. Actually, before I even get there, I was looking at something like stuff about the Beyoncé Bowl, and it was a bunch of white people just like crying about how she not country. Who does she think she is? And I was like, oh my God, y'all are sick. And Tommy Lauren, she tweeted yesterday, like, I really wish that all of you conservatives would stop. Like, Beyonce is actually great. I said, your hell done froze over. The Dior bag
when Tommy Lauren,
they coming for us. I know that the world is about to end. Something crazy is about to happen. And Tommy Lauren.
My hot take about her is that it's all fake.
Yeah, I don't think
that Tommy Lauren actually believes anything that she says. I think she gets on there, and because it's Fox, she does it because is she still on Fox? I don't even know, but she does it because that's the base. It just kind of proves like I can just say anything, and you are going to willingly follow along with it, no matter how stupid, no matter how in your it's not in your best interest.
Yeah.
You're still going to do it and you're going to agree to it. Like, cause like you said, everybody wants to be an exception to the rule. They think that, oh, none of that shit applies to me. And it's like, I don't really think that she believes that. I think that in her real life, she is probably a very liberal white woman.
Liberal person, yeah.
I would believe that.
I feel like she's, and it's just like,
this is just money. Let me go over here.
Yeah, like I'm just a talking head at this point. Like I really don't believe any of the shit that I'm saying.
Doesn't pays. I suppose. I don't know. I never tried it, so.
But let me intro this thing so we could get to the real meat and potatoes, which is the Beyoncé Bowl. Hello, everyone. This is the first episode of the year, so Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. This is Controversy and Chaos, episode 47. Look at that.
Yeah, 47. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
A long way from one. Controversy and Chaos is almost a middle age. Now I can say it.
Now we're almost middle age.
Yes, now we're almost middle age.
Exciting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to bite my tongue off last time I tried that.
Yeah, because it was way too premature. It was way too
you
premature.
Said 30 something.
You was in the 30s, like we're in our 30s. So I was feeling hit, like, am I middle aged, bitch? Hell no. Give me a little bit more.
So.
Give me a little bit more time. Like, I don't want to be middle aged until I'm 50. I feel like that's accurate. I don't want to be middle aged until I'm 50. When I turn 50, then you could give me over the hill balloons and all those things. I feel like, but actually, where will we buy those balloons now that there's no Party City?
Amazon, Walmart, Target, somebody.
Not with them tariffs. Somebody. Yeah, somebody got to start making balloons. Get the cricket.
Teray.
Not the cricket. Now I gotta make balloons. How the fuck do you make balloons?
I don't know.
Figure it out. I don't know.
But I definitely thought about going to Party City. I did kind of sneak in there a little bit, but the helium tanks were not on sale. So I said, and they had them stacked up. I was like, if I see these on a discount, now I might go buy 2 or 3.
Might as well. Because you know Dollar Tree ain't never got no helium.
My Dollar Tree be having the heliums.
You're exempt from this. You in the cut. How many people live in your town?
My county?
Your area?
A lot. There's not that many Dollar Trees in this county.
Our Dollar Trees ain't got no helium ever. They got balloons. They ain't got no helium.
Oh yeah, they stay with them. They stay strapped up.
We have Dollar Tree and Dollar General, but I feel like we have more Dollar Generals than we have Dollar Tree.
Dollar Generals start popping up everywhere.
I don't like Dollar
always
General.
Had them, but I never shopped there.
I don't like them.
I don't like it.
I didn't see that many Dollar Generals until when I lived in Georgia. And then when I came back home, I was like, wait, there's no more Family Dollar? Everything is a Dollar General. There's no Family Dollar up here. I think it's like one in...
I didn't even think about Family Dollar.
I forgot about Family Dollar.
Yeah.
Family Dollar had everything. Like that was the true OG. They had everything.
I forgot about them.
You could buy...
I'm a Dollar Tree girly.
You could buy
Dollar Tree.
Give me the $1.25 tree every time.
No, they have a $5 section now, so they might be losing a customer. When you start deviating,
I bought a couple things in there, and I was like, "Whoa, $5!"
Yeah, like I thought I was spending $20. I have a $20 in here. What do you mean $25?
Yeah. Listen, as long as I can still get my cards 2 for $1, I don't give a damn.
I do not buy cards. I gotta buy Black people cards. I'm gonna go in the Target and go in the it's not Ebony section, but you don't know what I'm talking about. Go in that section.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna go in the Ebony section every time.
So what kind of cards your Target is selling?
Right.
Mahogany.
I don't even know if that's any better. Like,
no, it's the mahogany card.
Listen, I'm not paying 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not spending that type of money on cards unless I know the person is a card person. Like for me, I keep all my cards. So if you spend that type of money on a card for me, your money will go to use. But for people I don't know like that, I'm not spending that much money on a card for you because for what? So it can go in the trash or in some random drawer.
That is actually when I do. That's because my best friend owns a stationery company. So like when I buy cards for people at work, which is rare also now, especially, I buy them a card from the brand. I slide it to like my ED. I did get her a card from her. Slide it. Oh yeah, I got this from just to buy a new customer. But like me and like my daughter, for example, I'm not buying her a card from them. I'm going to go to the store and buy a little number card that's $5 or some shit like that. Something funny. But I do go to Target and I go to the Ebony section and I get a black card because it just feels better. And yes, I do end up spending $30 on cards, but I love me an Ebony card.
You know what I could do with $30 up in the Targets?
Yeah, I know, but I can't help myself.
And y'all know, don't buy my ass no card unless you wrote in it, baby. That card is in the garbage. Please, people, I do not like
gift card. I'm just going to get a card and put
just
on the
don't
front.
waste your money.
Love ya. Here you go. Take your gift card.
Save your money. Like I only keep cards that somebody wrote something personal in. Other than that,
one card our entire friendship.
No, you're giving me more than one. One, because you always lose them.
Mother's Day. So, card. I don't remember giving card because in my head I would never buy you a card unless
you bought me a card. 1 year you bought me a card. For the wedding you bought me a card. You wrote in it.
That don't count.
You didn't give it to me, so I got it. Like I feel like a year later. So every time you get me a card, you lose it.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
They're on my desk. They're in my little
So Sierra, now you see I have like a little cards and they stay in my car.
Yeah, I have a little stationery holder on my desk and I keep the cards. That's where they are. If I went through all the papers in there, I could probably at least give out like 3 cards that Michelle gave me. They're in there. I keep them. But just a generic happy birthday, love grandma, trash. Done with that.
Not the grandma catching the strays.
Remind me to write every card. Write a paragraph in every card.
Or don't give me the card. I promise you.
Give her an index card.
Sierra does it well. Sierra sends me a nice text. Usually I screenshot the text. So if I go through my screenshots, I probably have every long message that somebody ever sent me, like a card. That's all I need. Or if you really feeling like you want to write a whole bunch, send me an email.
So Sierra, you throw cards out.
No, I don't.
No, Sierra keeps cards. I throw them away.
I keep mine in an accordion folder. It's real bad.
No, yeah, I have like boxes of cards. I need to go through some of them. I've had cards from like my 14th birthday party.
Now, see, what you doing with that?
I do have my 216 cards.
Yeah, in my mind, one day I'm gonna sit down and make a scrapbook of like important events where I pick out like my favorite cards to put in there, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
I told y'all that my mother's godmother, she used to, every Christmas, she hangs all of her Christmas cards that she gets from people over the year over her, well, she's not here anymore, but she used to put them over the, like, the doorway going into her living room.
Oh, the archery thing.
Yeah, it was so pretty.
That's actually a cute decor little moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tori's not keeping the cards. We know.
Imagine to the Coopers from 1994 all the way to 2024. It's beautiful.
Yes, that's cute. I mean, that's a picture. People put their pictures on the cards. Mm-hmm. Like now, the shit that I do be having that I have to like eventually just make myself throw away. People's wedding invitations, their save the dates. I'm sorry, but I don't want y'all on my fridge for 5 years.
Yeah.
Go.
First of all, it was never going on my fridge, period.
Every January 1st.
I put it there so I remember, like, oh, okay, this person saved the date. Or when I'm doing like my mental calendar, I'll see it. I'm like, oh yeah, don't plan for such and such time because we have a potential event to go, like a major event to go to. So sometimes I'll keep that stuff, but some of these other things, I don't want it.
My brother's refrigerator is filled with other people's like engagement photos, and I just be like, take this shit down.
Not only that, I feel like I talk about how I am an aesthetic girly to the core, even in my house. Like, I don't like looking at a bunch of different color, different patterns, different. I don't like that. Like, it drives me insane. I don't want all that on my refrigerator. The only thing on my refrigerator is one magnet, two magnets. They're both hearts, but they look differently. They're very small. 2 pictures, one of me and Matt, and then one of Matt and his line brothers at a wedding we just went to. So this is fresh. This is like September. Before that, ain't not a picture on there. Not a one. And then I have my 2 calendars. That's it.
But you have pictures up in your house, right?
No, I don't.
I'm coming to take a Polaroid and leave it in a random place in your house and just wait till you find
No, that's fine. We do have Polaroids. Like Celine likes to keep her Polaroids with her grandparents in her kitchen. So she has hers on her little thing. She picks them up and looks at it like, oh, baby Celine. I'm like, girl, whatever. The only reason why I don't have pictures up in this apartment, because in my old one, I had a whole gallery wall. But I'm so indecisive and I don't know where to put it. So a part of me is like, oh, put it in your hallway. But then I'm like, okay, when I do my content in my hallway, I don't want this stuff on the walls in my content. Then it's like, it's just figuring out where to put it. So yeah, that's why I don't have any real pictures hanging up. Not because I don't want to. It's just where, I don't know. I feel like I need more wall space. My apartment is very like minimalistic. You know, those like, people have hella windows. Like where I'm put it.
Walls everywhere.
Yeah. But no, I'm going to leave the Polaroid. I'm going to leave it in a extremely random place. Like you might look in your closet one day, but like, bitch, why the fuck is this here? I'm just going to put it in the most random place. A little scavenger hunt. Like you're not looking for it, but when you find it,
a little treat.
You see me just like, ta-da, me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just bought some new Polaroid rolls too. I got like 1.5 left.
I hope that never goes out of style. Like I hope we always take Polaroid pictures at events.
I know.
Like Polaroid pictures and then a little like
the cameras just aren't compact enough. Like if it was more compact, I could carry mine everywhere. But I'm like, my purse is this big. I could fit thoughts in one prayer inside.
Well, buy a printer. So you could take the picture on your phone and just print it out.
Oh girl, I'm going right to the Walmart. 49 cents. There you go.
Or the disposable cameras. I have these disposable cameras from Mia's birthday party, and they were all like waterproof. The pictures came out so cute. I gotta dispose them. I mean, I gotta, get all the rest of them developed. But I think we need to bring those back. But they also need to bring the old prices back because
$40.
It was like a pack of 2 for like 30 something. I said
they're not cheap.
I don't remember this.
They're not cheap, and then I'll have to pay Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna charge me $40 for these cameras, the cost to develop should be built into this price.
Exactly. And
I should
that's
put
why
that
I like the Polaroid cameras. I
Yeah.
also thought about buying one of those. I used to have like hella digital cameras, and I have one that's like from like the new age, like Amazon, but the quality ain't. I have to play around with it to figure out the quality because it's really compact, like how our little cameras used to be. So if I
Mm-hmm.
could figure out how to really make that one work, I'll carry that around with me more. But I think I might just go buy like a real Kodak or Canon one that's like this big because the
Yeah,
quality is
like a
still
power shot, and you could just throw
yeah.
it in your bag.
Mhm.
Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I just want to be able to take some really nice pictures and print them out. I don't really care about the quality. Like my phone can get a good picture. I just want to bring back that old developed film vibe in my scrapbooks because I have bad scrapbooks and they're like half empty.
See?
We need pics. We need pics.
well, that was great talking about photos. Now let's get to the star of the
Yeah.
motherfucking show.
Mhm.
Our favorite unserious Virgo, Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter.
Yeah.
The fucking Beyonce Bowl. I'm still speechless. Like, I literally watched it and I was just like stuck. Like, what the fuck did I just watch? That
Have
was
to
the
watch
most
it again.
flawless thing I have ever seen. And even now, watching it back on Netflix again, she
Mhm.
went in and Beyonce made her edits.
Better, yeah.
Mhm.
She went in, she made her edits. Some people got a whole lot less camera time than they did on that field. She said, "Clip, you're out of here." Like just like her brain to do it that quickly. Like, you just got off the stage and it's already
Right.
edited and ready to go. Like,
Sister
like
don't
even
play.
Making sure they
even certain things, it's just like, oh, it's a tighter shot. So like the fan in her car, you can't see the fan no more.
Mhm.
It's like boom, gone. On the actual live performance, they showed Post Malone before his part came on. On the now new version on Netflix, no, you see him at the appropriate time that you're supposed to see him. I'm just like, what kind of what? Like, I be it's very interested in people like her or like very creative people. I just want to know how their mind works. Like,
Mhm.
where do
But
you
not
start?
only
at every moment 10 steps ahead.
But not only
Yes.
how her mind works, but how do you, because my thing is, I have so many like visions. Like, I'm more so of like a visionary, but putting it into words in order to like have the people around me help me create the thing that I'm envisioning, I can never find the actual words and I can't draw.
Yeah.
So it's kind
I
of
think
like,
it's just tight. They gotta
yeah,
be
like,
the same vibe.
Yeah.
like
I feel
I need
like,
you to read my mind. I need you to
yeah.
telepathy. Like,
Yeah. Like, I'm visual, so I would have to like
mhm.
basically make like a visual mood board, like on a science poster board. Like, this is what we're going for.
Yes,
Like,
yes, like,
I cannot explain it to you, but I can show you what I'm
mhm.
trying to do. And then
Yeah.
we can execute later. But it's just so good. And at this point, if there's any confusion about who the GOAT is,
I don't
it's
even want
not
to have
that
conversations about
it's
her
not that man. It's not
anybody.
that man.
Yeah, I don't want
Like,
people comparing them. I'm tired. Stop
it's
comparing them. He's gone. Let it go. She is
Not only that,
every year she gets greater. Her last
yeah.
performance is nothing like her next one. Like
yeah.
we can't even argue
And so
about
it's
it.
and I just like, it was just flawless. It was just amazing. Like, the colors, just like all the messages inside of it. It's like you
Mhm.
have to pay attention and you have to know these things in
Mhm.
order
It's
for
like
them
it
to make
definitely if you
sense.
know, you know. Like if you don't know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna know what you're even looking at. And maybe it's
Yeah.
not for you.
No, my favorite
Yeah. But
is when she was singing Yaya, and I thought about the fact that she was performing this on a football field during
Mhm.
America's favorite sport, and she's
Mhm.
ridiculing America. I said, "Oh, this bitch, this
The
y'all
whole
think this is
album.
just a country album?
yes.
Yeah.
She's telling me, she's trying to tell y'all something." I was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that put the nail in the coffin." That transition into my house, I want that played during my funeral. Like,
It
it's
just
amazing. It was amazing.
It
Who
was.
came
But the
to see
funeral,
me? Y'all came to see me. I said, yeah, 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 yeah. That's how I felt. I was just sitting there like, let me play that back, and then I had to go press watch live. I said, oh, this score is not changing anytime soon. Let's go back to the performance. I need to see it one more time. It was amazing.
I didn't give a damn
Like,
about that game. I'm sorry.
I've watched this performance at least at this point. I've watched it at least 10 times.
On a loop.
I've watched it at least 10 times. And it's like every single time I pick up something different.
Mm-hmm.
So like when she was coming in, like obviously everybody's paying attention. Like who the fuck sings on a horse? And sounds flawlessly on a fucking horse.
Also, people were critiquing the fact that that part was pre-recorded,
but
and I don't understand why that's a critique.
Because she was.
Yeah, but my thing is that was more probably of a safety reason. You
That's
think if a horse heard all that noise and people screaming and chanting, that thing would have Chardonnay would have been gone. Because
exactly into a football field, you can't just block off a whole tunnel like that. Like there's so many things going on during the game. Her blocking off the tunnel and then transitioning that quickly into the full performance. That
you wouldn't have been able to do it in that amount of time. So it's like, yes, you have to pre-record some things. Like,
but why does it matter? The mic was still on.
She still came up the tunnel.
She came through the tunnel on a horse with the Cadillacs lined up, 16 of them. And it's just like, I don't know if y'all actually know this, but Black people are the reason that Cadillac exists as a brand today. And I know that she knows that. And I'm just like,
tell us more.
So during the Great Depression, white people lost all their money because they put their money in banks. So they lost all of their money. Black people could not get bank accounts, so all they had was cash. Cadillac was one of the few brands that you could buy a car cash. So what did Black people do? It was like $300. They saved their money. They bought the cars cash, and they used that for what they drove white people around in. So and that's what they did. But it was like a luxury car. Yes, it seemed like it was a luxury car, but they own those cars because they paid cash for it, whereas white people could not get anything. So we saved, and the brand was going to go down because people couldn't buy it. We saved them because we're buying them in cash. If you're a struggling business, you're going to do what you got to do. You're going to take the cash no matter where you could get it from.
Now,
I feel like that's why a lot of older Black people drive Cadillacs.
Exactly. So let me tell you why I learned this information, because y'all know I be in rabbit holes that I don't know why I'm there. But I was talking to an older person in my family, and they've had nothing but Cadillacs, right?
My grandma.
So one day one day I Googled, I'm like, why are Black people so obsessed with Cadillacs? Because all older Black people I know are obsessed with Cadillacs. And that's when I learned that information. I said, oh, this is a deep-rooted thing. Heard you. Gotcha.
It really is.
They know that.
Now that I think about it, Cadillacs and Buicks.
Yeah, it's just like you typically saw Black people driving those, and even I think it's still present today now. Like my mom wants an Escalade so bad, and I'm just like, I feel like granted it's very nice, but I think it's intrinsically rooted in us. Like, yes, this is like when I tell you, my grandma did not play about her Cadillac, and if when one died, oh baby, she was getting another one. She used to tell you, like, don't slam her car doors. This is an automobile. Don't do that. Close her shit gently.
Close it soft.
Close it. Oh, she didn't play no games. You slam her trunk if you want to. Oh, it's a problem. No, close her shit gently. It's an automobile. You ain't got to do all that.
That's funny.
But yeah, that part, I was just like, amazing. And then, like, when they started singing Blackbird, I wanted to cry.
Oh no, I did tear up.
It was the most angelic thing I had ever seen. It's just like the all white. Like we're on, like it's like you wear white to honor your ancestors. We're wearing all white. Everybody is wearing white. I was just like,
people don't understand that. It's like, oh, the white. First of all, it look good. It don't matter. It look good.
Yes, you wear your church whites. You wear your church whites. You wear the crispy.
Yes,
crisp white.
Like certain things that go over people's heads, I'd be so confused. Like, you didn't get that? You wasn't picking that up? Like, no. I don't understand.
Because a lot of people just watch things just for the show. But I think that Beyonce has taught us you have to pay attention. Like everything is done very intentionally, and everything that she does has some kind of historical reference. No matter if you know it or not, go look it up.
And that's why the conversation of us not having any real pro-Black artists is asinine, because everybody's not about to be Martin Luther King. Nobody is going to sit here and listen to that type of verbiage in 2025. Like, yes, educate people. Like, there's so many things that I've had to look up for myself. When Cowboy Carter came out, I was on Google bad, because I'm like, wait, what does this mean? Wait, what is this? What is that? Like, there's so much that I learned through that album about Black American history, and like even like cowboys and all these different things. I'm like, it's so interesting, like things that I never would have thought about. And I also feel like, because I'm from, well, my family's more so from up north, it's also a different thing, because, well, first of all, y'all know how I feel like people from up north are very like stush. Like, they don't really care as much about like Black pride and Black history as like Southern Black people. It's very like, yeah. So a lot of like my Southern friends that live in like Texas and all these other places that I've met, like whether in college or whatever, it's like, even celebrating Juneteenth, I knew what Juneteenth was, but I didn't grow up celebrating that. But like my Southern friends did. So it was interesting to see how, like, regardless of how far removed we are from slavery, so, all these different things in those Southern countries, the Mississippis, the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Texas, the Floridas, they still are very much so deeply, Louisiana, ingrained in that shit. And I just find it so intriguing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like in northern states, everything is much more industrialized. So it's different. It's a different experience. Whereas a lot of things in the South, you'll have like, okay, you might have Atlanta, that is the like developed city, but Georgia as a whole, I feel like is probably more, it stayed exactly the same. So the, like, even just like racism and things are a lot, they're exactly the way that they've always been in the South. So it's like, when you're a Black person, you kind of have to treat things and you see things a little differently, because it's right there present day in your face. Sundown towns still are very prevalent. You would think it's 2025, why does this still exist? But they very much still do it in the South. In the North, you don't have to worry about that. You're not worried about, oh, if I go to this city, I'm not worried about if I'm driving to Philly, oh, damn, I can't stop for gas right here.
Oh no,
there's somebody to go there. You're not thinking about that.
In like the Pennsylvania area specifically. Like, I don't know if there, I think there's some in like Michigan. Like, there's sundown towns all over the United States. There's probably more, of course, in the South, but I know when one of my friends live up here, to travel to her house, you can only get there from my house one way in this back roads. And I always found myself dropping her off at night, and I always say, like, thank God my car is in good condition, because I would not be traveling on these back roads with a car that could break down, because it is very much hick town. And if you on the side of the road, you better pray to God that the police get to you before somebody else gets to you. Like, Coatesville is not somewhere that you want to be.
Yeah, in some areas, I don't even want the police to find me.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And it's crazy because there's a sundown town in like North Jersey. People always talk about it. I think it's Island. The police, you don't want their police to find you. They're very racist. And it, like, stuff like that really shocks me about the North, because it's like, look around. It don't give that. But it'd be these little pockets of areas where you really got to fear for your life if you darken in a little paper bag. Like, it's crazy that we have to go through that in 2024, and we can only imagine 2025.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's smaller populations. Whereas like in Georgia, no, baby. Outside of Atlanta, outside of the Atlanta metro area, don't go there. Some of these cities, oh baby, you would never catch me. You would never catch me nowhere in West Georgia.
When you had to go on that camping trip?
No, man, camping.
With your job? And he was like, girl.
Oh, yes, absolutely not. That was the scariest shit ever. I said, oh, wait, what the fuck is going on? I cannot be out here. And I had to explain to them, I am Black.
Yeah, no.
Here, y'all some Australian people. Y'all don't know what the hell is going on. I will not be trapped out here. When the sun go down, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. So yes, I'm out. Instantly, immediately. I gotta go home.
And they don't understand, like, foreigners,
especially
they don't foreign whites, they don't get it. They just be like, are y'all doing too much?
It's like it's a movie to them, and it's like, no,
like,
it's
bitch,
really
Django is real.
Yes.
I actually watched the whole movie through.
It's such a good movie. I really love Django.
Phenomenal. Love it. But we watch it a little
You
bit
said
too much.
Django. You said Django.
She
I
says
always say
Django on purpose.
I says Django.
He said the D is silent.
The D is silent. It is.
That's what he said.
That's a line in the movie. But I'm calling it Django. But anyway, back to
Beyonce. I want to say that Beyonce has started her "you need to go open a book and read" shit since Lemonade, because she definitely had us in our textbooks during Lemonade. Or at least me. I know I was in front of that TV. I went to a Lemonade watch party, and niggas had their books in the middle of the room and was like, "Here's the reference." And I was amazed because that was my first introduction to like true Beehive. I said, "Oh, y'all are in the trenches with Beyonce."
Yeah.
And now
Lemonade.
she hides a little hint in everything, and I love it. I love it.
I feel like Beyonce has always been super pro-Black imagery wise. Like, I don't feel like she's ever been whitewashed in how she presents, but I do think 2016, that Lemonade era, she was very much sort of like intentional about the braids, given the history about, you know, being Creole, the Louisiana culture, all these different Southern things. I feel like she started being more intentional about and not even caring about what the powers that be thought about it. And ever since then, it's gotten more Black, more Black, more Black, more Black. And that's why I feel like her and Kendrick are like work husband and work wife. They are so like, I just love them together, because when the Super Bowl comes, people will see why Kendrick is performing at the Super Bowl. Obviously, he's not Beyonce, but for a rapper, there are no rappers that are as intellectual and can like entertain in the way that he does. A lot of times they don't go hand in hand. Like for me, I've said it plenty of times. J. Cole, very intellectual. He's a snooze fest to me. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not level.
Like, I just can't wait. Like, can you imagine King Kunta at the damn Super Bowl?
Like they think they hired him off the backs of that beef and how he performed. And
no, it's not that at all.
Y'all,
I feel like these two things are very intentional, going hand in hand.
Yes,
y'all. I don't care. It's going to be very fucking Black during Black fucking 3 months. This is about us. This is our time.
But I don't think that they are expecting that. I think that they probably are.
They don't know what they're expecting.
Kendrick is not about to whitewash it for nobody. Like
no. And I hope that they know that, because when I turn on that TV and I'm sitting there, because if the Eagles not playing, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I'm gonna just be honest. We've had a great run this year, by the way.
They're not getting a Super Bowl. We beat y'all. Never mind. I have to say we, because this is a Commander's household.
The Commanders has had a great season, okay? But we 12-3. We're having an awesome season.
It's not going to matter. Y'all not going to the Super Bowl. The Commanders not going either. So we both going to be sitting on the couch together.
In a couple weeks. No. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Trey, you know football. You know football better than me. Jalen,
I know my team. I know my
team.
I even worried about Jalen. It's not even Jalen. That's Saquon. Saquon fucking Barkley. He been carrying us on his fucking back this whole season. Okay. All I have to say is I'll see y'all in February. And even if we're not there, because even if we're not there.
I don't think it's gonna be the Eagles.
It's not gonna be the Eagles.
Whatever.
Even I know that.
I'm holding on to my faith. But even if we're not there, I'm turning on that TV.
Nobody from the NFC East
at halftime.
Let me just tell you.
I'm turning on that TV at halftime. Back to the topic at hand. And I am going to be sat. Not seated. I'm going to be sat for the All Black show. I might wear all black on the day of the Super Bowl, because I already know what's coming. It's about to be a fucking movie. Yeah, I might wear, it's called a fedora.
All right.
And a leather jacket. I might have a leather jacket.
You mean a beret, bitch? A beret.
All right.
Oh, with the wing in the front. A beret is sit like this. I'm gonna get the wing hat.
What is you talking about? What is a wing hat?
The hat with the brim in the front and it's tight in the back and it's flat coming to the front.
Oh, that's not a fedora. That's not
a fedora.
Yeah, I used to wear those.
So lost. I'm like, what Black Panthers ever wore a goddamn fedora?
Yeah, the pawpaw.
Now that she's describing it, I know. You want a Bill Cosby hat? I know what kind of hat you're talking about, but that's not.
When When you said it about sweater, I was trying to hold it in. Not Pill Cosby. Anything but Pill.
Listen, Heathcliff Huxtable.
All right, we
was
call
that nigga with them. Was that nigga with them sweaters? Okay,
but the Pill.
Listen, he got out. They say he innocent. I don't know.
What we supposed to do? Bill Cosby, he been out. What you talking about?
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah,
girl, I've been under a rock. I don't know what that means.
It's been
he been out for years.
Really?
You thought he been rotting in the jail, bitch? No, yeah, he at home in Philly. He your neighbor for real.
Hello,
Bill was at home rubbing them crusty toes together. The fuck?
Where is Pill?
But while she looks that up, more about the greatness. We have to talk about Blue Ivy.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about.
The way that Beyonce includes her in everything, and you can just see, I feel like as a mom, like you just can't hide being like proud of your kid. You can even see her like during the performance, like watching her, and it's just like
being shocked, being gagged.
I'm performing, like I'm watching her. That's my kid. Like
the last thing that she does when she sees Blue is so like, that's my fucking baby.
Yes, like
and that part is what always makes me emotional, because it's like, as a mom and like an entrepreneur and all these things, my mom's an entrepreneur as well, it just makes me so emotional, because that's my dream. Obviously not performance, but to have some type of business that generationally, goes through, like my daughter, like Celine, like what is she going to be doing in our family business? You know what I'm saying? And that shit just makes me so emotional, especially because people really will sit here and try to downplay you, downplay your family, downplay your child. Oh, she's just doing that because Beyonce's her mom. No, that little girl worked her ass off for that. And I don't want to, she can't really dance. Who can dance? Who don't got personality? Who?
Auntie.
In her little boot kitten heels things. I said, every time I see the clips and I see her little personality shining, I literally tear up. No lie. Like, it's the weirdest thing, because I'm like, I do not know Blue Ivy to save my life, but I feel like I'm a bigger fan of Blue Ivy than I am of Beyonce, because the resilience, like looking back at clips from the first Renaissance show to her at that halftime performance, it literally made me emotional. And I just thought about my kid, like, we will have a successful family business that my daughter will be the boss of. Like, I do not be surprised if in a couple years Blue Ivy is, that one little princess of pop, or whatever we gonna call her, because I don't know if she can sing for real, but maybe she might rap. Maybe, I don't know. I think the dancing is just really the start of like where her star will shine. And I don't know, it makes me emotional.
Yeah, it was great. And it was one of those things, like, it was so seamless that people didn't notice she was there.
Yes.
And I'm just like, when people said, I'm like, she was on the stage at Yaya. She was the second girl. She was right behind Ashley. She just had on a hat. When she was dancing with the band, she didn't have on a hat. She was the only person other than Beyonce without a hat on.
You could see her running back down the stairs after she said, "Hello, Beyonce."
She's running down the stage, actively on the field, like performing at the same level as the dancers, like not missing a step. Like, she looked, even when they were doing Texas Hold'em, like it was seemed the footwork was crazy.
I was like, oh, this is a Texas baby.
It's a
Texas baby
was going crazy. I said, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. We love that. It was just a great mother-daughter moment. And it's like, you can tell that that's how their family is. You can tell that that's how Tina was with Beyonce. And it's just like, it's just a natural thing. Of course, you want to protect your child at all costs, but it's just like, at some point you can't stop them from being who they're supposed to be. And it's just like, okay, I'm gonna let you do it. But I love that she also makes her work for it. Like, no, you have to prove that you can do this.
Your kid's gonna mimic what she sees. If she sees you working hard and y'all dancing, y'all are all a very active entertainment family, she's gonna have something's gonna spark. And I'm glad that she's like feeding that curiosity, because maybe, like you said, maybe it's not gonna be dancing, but it's gonna be something. She's gonna know she always has that support. She has the stage. All Beyonce had to do was feed it. And I think that goes also back to my point earlier. I was talking about the Black Women in Trader Joe's page. And one of the ladies, every Friday they have this thing called Talk Your Shit Friday, where you talk about something non-Trader Joe's related. And the lady was like, if I'm being honest, I didn't turn on the TV to see a little girl perform. I turned it on to see Beyonce perform. In the comments, it passed the vibe check because everybody was like, the fact that you thought this was a safe place for this type of comment, like digging in her ass. I had the comment. I said, hey, so this is weird. And everybody was like, yeah, this is very weird. And they was calling her an old bitter. I said, yeah. You should go
because
running high because this is weird.
It's giving old bitter bitch. It's giving old bitter bitch.
Yeah. And mind you, like, Blue had her, her not solo, but like had her camera time. But if your eyes wasn't glued on her, you could have missed her. I missed her so many times. The only reason why I started paying attention is because I realized, ooh, she's the only one without the blonde wig.
Yeah,
there she go.
And have a hat on.
Yeah, but other than that, it was so seamless.
Certain times she had a hat. Like in the very beginning for y'all, she had a hat on, but she had on braids. And I noticed her braids first because I'm like, wait a minute, she just had those braids at the Lion King premiere a week ago. So those are the same braids.
Something. I think during my house, when she was in the middle, you could
right behind her.
Beyonce organized it so that like when they did certain movements, it still went in and stopped at her, but Beyonce was still like the focal point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was up there on them bleachers, tearing it up. I said, "You go, girl."
What? But it was so good. Even just like the song selection, the artist that she chose. I'm happy, of course. All the girls from Blackbird, they looked amazing. Oh, they looked so good. Like every single one of them.
About that.
I
wanted Miley. I
know, like, of course, we want Miley, but it just feel like for the song selection, it's like Two Hands to Heaven. I mean, not Two Hands to Heaven. Two Most Wanted just didn't fit in the song selection. It was nowhere. I didn't feel like it just didn't fit because I'm sure I wanted Two Hands to Heaven, but we wasn't getting that.
Yeah, that I understand. But
people wouldn't have understood.
We wasn't getting. It's like the songs that we didn't get Bodyguard. We didn't get Desert Eagle. Desert Eagle is that girl. I wanted that. Didn't get it.
My day.
We didn't get Tyrant. There's like a lot of things we didn't get, which is like, I get it. It's only 13 minutes, so you can't have everything. But I feel like
would have been so sick.
Yeah, but I think
like that stuff I knew we weren't gonna get. Like that's cool.
Yeah, I just it just wasn't gonna
my faves. So
yeah, I just felt like it wasn't gonna fit. But she made Post Malone take a shower. Oh my god! Like,
listen, and y'all know I don't really like white men, but I was like, oh wait,
ew, no. My sister-in-law said that. She was like, oh, he looks good. I said, ew, who?
No, he's still. I mean, he just looks cleaner. Like, he still look nasty.
And then my niece, who is 4, said, yeah,
yes, he looks.
My niece, who
gross.
is 4, she was like, is that a zombie? Is that a zombie? I said, he not no zombie. She said, what's on his face? Is he a zombie?
I'm sorry.
The tattoos.
If y'all ever see me with a white ear, you better know it's gonna be spicy. If you're a spicy white ear,
he's not a spicy white though.
He's not a spicy white.
He's
but if you ever see me, that's the type of the tattoos. I think it's the tattoo. The
tattoos don't make you spicy. Look at MGK. He was spicy and then he reverted back.
I want him to look like Post Malone, but spicy. Maybe Creole. Ew. I could do
Jack Harlow.
Ew.
Oh, ew. You need to be shaved. You need a well-shaved man. No.
I don't know. I can't think of one person that I'm like.
I found one. He in Louisiana. I was looking for him when I was.
They do have the fine whites in there. Well, some of them. Some of them.
Your daddy just can't be a racist.
Yeah.
And that's might be.
But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the Beyonce Bowl. I'm going to go watch it again after this just because there are certain things that I feel like I'm missing. January 14th, my prediction is that we are going to get the third album, Act 3 announcement. Maybe it might all come with the tour. I don't know. But I'm excited for rock era. I don't think it's going to be a tour, but some people
I don't think Cowboy Carter is coming with a tour because it's just like,
I don't think so either.
I don't feel like it's coming with a tour. Because after that performance, what else are you going to do?
A Black Rodeo performance.
But she'll probably be the headliner of the rodeo,
the Houston Rodeo.
Yeah,
which is just like that would be fine. But I just don't see a tour happening. Because it's just like with Renaissance, she did no performances. The only thing you got was the tour.
Yeah.
Oh, before we move on, I loved how when she finished Blackbird, when she was walking on the stage, that she played Freedom. Like she really just be like, "Fuck all y'all, fuck all
and
of
it
you."
was subtle.
And when she
yes, it was very
God bless
subtle.
Texas and all this stuff. Yeah, God need to bless Texas.
Whole lot of red in this white and blue. Ain't lying. Oh, there is a prediction that the new album is coming. We just don't know what it's going to be. People keep saying heavy metal. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing. But
not
with
heavy
Beyonce,
metal, but rock.
Really never know. I could see rock and I could see her paying homage to Tina Turner. I would love that. But they were saying that because in the last photo of her on a horse, the flag went behind the horse, and I was like,
and then there's something. I had to look it up, but Black Betty, I think I sent you the TikTok, Teray, last night. I was in the so I'm like, oh, that's what Black Betty is, and she had Black Betty on some
the
imagery,
newspaper, right?
Yeah. So that's why I think they are right about
telling us what's coming for a long time, and it's coming on a Tuesday. She's about to reset everything, because even when she did her first of all, I didn't even know that you have to submit your songs to be certified. I didn't know that. I thought that they were just counting. So the fact that she went back and was like, hold on, y'all talking about I'm not the greatest ever? Let me go actually all these songs that I don't submit, let me go back and fucking submit them and show you who the fuck I am. So having multiple platinum record, not even multiple platinum, multiple diamond records.
Yeah.
And doing it and releasing the numbers on a Tuesday. This announcement, January 14th, is a Tuesday. I'm like, oh, you about to start going, we about to be releasing albums on Tuesdays again.
And if they don't let her into the rock door, she has some stuff in the crates that she could pull out and say, I did this already. Because I'm trying to think, it's not Why Don't You Love Me? It's something that she did, and they had like a rock
Don't Hurt Yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check.
Yes. That was definitely,
Shit, y'all know one of my favorite Beyonce songs, Ring the Alarm? That live is rock.
Because I think when people hear rock, they think of one typical thing, and it's just like,
you think heavy metal.
It's not that.
It's not.
It's not
pop
that.
rock is a thing, and I used to really be in that pop rock girl bag. And if she does a song with Hayley Williams, I will just pass out. Oh my god.
Who's that?
Paramore? The Paramore girl?
Oh, okay. Girl, I just know Paramore. I don't know the individual.
Well, yes, the singer?
Yeah.
That's her.
Yeah,
that's her. And we want her.
You know my favorite song? Ain't It Fun? I have it on the playlist.
That's a good white song.
They play it at every white wedding. They play it at party,
all the appropriate white
Christmas
places.
Party. Yeah.
Because ain't it fun?
It depends on what we're talking.
If you're at a party, I would hope so. I hope it's fun. The fuck?
Okay. I know we said that we're not going to do resolutions and stuff, but is there anything that y'all are looking forward to in 2025?
Fresh start. Normally, I count my birthday as a fresh start, but this year I'm taking January 1st as a fresh start to really just kind of release all of the things that happened in 2024 and just I'm a new person. Not a new person, but all of those things, all of the drama, all of things, whatever is back there, and we are not revisiting what was in 2024.
Okay, Mary, no more drama.
Yeah. Yeah. So just a new start, a fresh start, and releasing things that just on my B Simone. Just kidding. Not on my B Simone. Releasing things that don't serve me.
The last 24 hours, the things I've learned about that lady. Please.
Yeah, she's just, we're not even going to get into her, but yeah, that's my resolution. I normally have a long laundry list of goals and things that I want to accomplish, and I don't have that. I just want to give myself a fresh start to just be and do the things that I want to do without worrying so much about the cause and effect of what I want to do and all these different things. So refreshed and renewed. That's all.
Okay.
Shall
we make you? I don't have any resolutions. Every year I actually have my books right here because after this, I'm gonna write. Well, I'm supposed to write it down, but every year I write like what I want for the new year, like going into the year, and I put it on my altar, and I read it the last day of the old year going into the new year. So I'm gonna read it now instead of waiting till then because it's quiet around these parts these days. So I'm gonna read it and go through it and just like look at what happened and what like didn't happen. I was like reflecting yesterday because I somehow knew you were gonna ask this question. And I was like, I just have a spirit of expectancy because this year has not been a bad year. I was like trying to, when you be trying to find something to complain about, I almost felt like I was doing that. Like, I don't really have anything that knocked me down. Like, I had like one thing happen and I was like, ugh, why is this happening? It's been a really good year for me. And a lot of things that I didn't really expect to happen happened. So I'm just gonna go into 2025. Like my prayer is always like God make me a vessel, give me the energy and the provisions to do all of the things that get me closer to your will for my life. And that's it. But I'm gonna go through that list. I might have some things that I put on my new list, but I just want to be happy, healthy, and I want to be able to take care of my kid. So I have a spirit of expectancy going to 2025. No super long list this year. I'm going to keep it because when I look, like I feel like every year when I actually look at the list of, I guess, what do you call it, resolutions that I put, I end up getting through them, like crossing everything off the list. But when I turn on the back of the paper and I look at where I wrote all of the ways that I would get there, it didn't happen that way. So that's why I'm like, I'm just going with the flow. I just want what God wants for my life. And we're going to see where we end up in 2025. That's kind of how we got through this year.
Okay, perfect. Well, for me, I am making a resolution. I promise you I'm not. I'm not writing a single thing down. The only things, well, 2024 was like my year of self-reflection. Y'all know I was very big on that. Like, okay, in what ways am I the problem and how do I fix it? I feel like I got a lot done in 2025. I mean, in 2024. Well, speak that into existence. I'm gonna get a lot of shit done this year too. But I feel like for this year, I think my overall theme that I want for this year is just grace. It's just giving myself grace, really trying to give other people grace, and like eliminating a lot of negative shit. Whether that be just like negative thoughts about stuff. Like I literally went through on Instagram and I unfollowed every blog. Like I unfollowed every single blog page because I'm just like, it's just so much negativity on a day-to-day basis. Like, and it's just like one thing, like, of course, everybody reads the comments. Everybody clicks a post, go in the comments. And I just be like, this is just full of a bunch of hateful ass negative people. Y'all wake up, like, this was posted at 7 a.m. Why y'all niggas negative? First thing in the morning.
That's exactly why I do not click any comments. And I only follow now 2 blog pages because I need to know what's going on. We got shit to talk about. But I don't
for that.
I don't read the comments because they just piss me off.
I just rely on you for that. I just hate facetious headlines. Like, it's just too much. I just don't like it. And I'm like, you know what? I actually have the power to change this. Unfollow, unfollow, unfollow. When I tell you nobody, not a shade room, not a unfollow. Everybody got to go. I cannot take it. Like, yeah, there'd be some positive things mixed in, but there'd be a whole lot of negative shit. Like, even just down to the, oh, bitch stole my look. Like, I just don't want none of that shit. I just don't want as little as negativity as possible. I just don't want it. Because I feel like that shit like really affects you.
It does.
So I'm like, nope, I don't want that shit. If I need to know about what's happening in the world, I could turn on the fucking news. I could look it up. I could go read an article. I could do a whole lot of more things to stay abreast of actually like real things that are going on versus just dumb shit that just takes up mental space. I don't want that. So I want to have less negativity. Whereas like even just like negative thoughts, even ways that I think about myself, like I don't want to wake up and be like, oh, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like why am I thinking negatively before I even attempt? I've never done anything or set out to do anything in life that I didn't actually accomplish. So why am I being negative before I even attempt? So I'm just like, we're going to focus on just giving ourselves grace and removing a whole lot of bullshit and negativity. Yeah. So that is all I want to do for 2025. That's it.
I love
That's
that.
good. I will say during my social media break, I was reading, I think it was like Ecclesiastes. Like y'all know I'm Sierra, you be making fun of me. But sometimes I'll be like driving in my car and I just hear stuff. And I never read the book of Ecclesiastes. And I was like, I don't know why I'm getting this like feeling that I need to read it. So I read my devotional every day and I kind of deviated. I was like, oh, let me try to just like read through the whole book. So I Googled one day, like, what is the purpose of the book of Ecclesiastes? And basically, the book of Ecclesiastes is teaching people that basically, and it's kind of crazy because I'm about to curse, none of this shit matters. Like a lot of the things that we worry about, that we stress about in our everyday life, none of it matters. And I feel like it changed me a little bit because I just started feeling like, yeah, this stuff that we be stressing about, the stuff that we fill our time with, like, just none of it matters. And so when I got back on social media, I was like, shut up. Every time I see something, I just would be like, shut up. And so I started pressing that because I spent most of my time on Facebook. X, that little see less of this, see less of this. Because if you sit and you have that phone in your hand all day, everything you consume online, you'll start to think, you'll start to say. And during that break, I think one thing that I really enjoyed was, wow, I can only hear my thoughts. When you start to take in too much of other people's thoughts, it becomes your thoughts. And I just kind of want to be more in control of my fucking thoughts. Like, make decisions for yourself. And I used to think that one of this guy that I'm dating, I used to think he was being facetious when he'd be like, yo, you really need to like take a step away. I feel like when you say stuff, you be like regurgitating information. I used to be like, what? Who are you talking to? But it's very real. Like, if you don't take your time and like step away from everything, you will become that. And I didn't think that was true about me because I feel like I have a lot of thoughts in my head that are my own. But you know, sometimes you gotta step away and it's healthier. And also reading. I got to read a lot of books. I didn't know I could read that many books in a week. But I was reading lots of books in my Bible. And it felt good to really realize that a lot of the things that we carry over just don't fucking matter. And be where your feet are. I said that episodes ago, but like being able to really just be where my feet are has made motherhood so much easier for me, because things that I thought I was like noticing or catching or like being present for, I just wasn't really being present for because my mind was in a million other places. Proud to announce I haven't taken my anxiety medicine in months now because I'm just not fucking worried about anything but where my feet are. So hopefully we can continue that in 2025 because
we will continue that in 2025.
Yes, being drug free in 2025.
Well, I don't know about that far, but
yeah.
I haven't done that either. I'm just so shocked. I haven't. I looked at it yesterday and I was like, but I'm also just getting over being sick or trying to get over being sick.
Oh yeah. So that probably wouldn't be good for you anyway. But yeah, so it seems like everybody has a great positive outlook on the next year. I'm excited about it. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
I'm ready, Freddie.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But to conclude this, we do have some sad news, peoples.
Is it sad? It's not really sad.
Okay, how would you describe it?
How would you describe? Well, you can share it. There you go.
No, it's not. I'm saying that it's not sad because
tell the people what's not sad.
I feel like now I have to frame this differently. You do it.
Wow.
I'm over here choking on my thoughts again. Oh my God.
Calm down. It's not that serious, Hot Pot. Calm down. Like, it's not that serious. So, going forth into 2025, Controversy and Chaos will now be a duo instead of a trio. I'm sure at some point in time, you guys will still see Michelle, but it just is what it is.
They kicked me off the boat. They told me to put on my life vest. I got evicted.
Hold on.
I got evicted.
We're not going to say that.
No. And I'm saying that it's not sad because it's not. Controversy and chaos will continue. It will grow. One day we are going to turn on our TVs and we are going to see Teray and Ciara. There's going to be so many opportunities that come from controversy and chaos. It felt good to be here on episode 1 and to see how it's grown. But it's just not a sad thing, you know? I had to reprioritize things in my life, and we made a vow to our friendship, which y'all hoes need to learn how to do in y'all friendships, but that ain't none of my business. We made a promise in the beginning that one of the rules was if the podcast became, what was the rule again? What was the rule again?
Oh my God. We made a rule, a pact, a vow, if you will, whichever synonym you like to use, that if the podcast started affecting our friendship, that we would cease to do it. I think that anytime that you do anything business-wise with friends, it's kind of like the age-old thing, like, oh, you don't mix business with pleasure. But at the same time, you always want to, I feel like you always kind of want to grow with your people. But you also have to realize, like, okay, what's the end goal and what's the most important thing? Is the business the most important thing, or is the foundation and the friendship the most important thing? And for the three of us, we've been friends for damn near 10 years. So that is the most important. So if we ever lose sight of that, it's like, hold on, cut the shit, cut the cameras, put the mics down.
Yeah.
We need to focus and address this because this is the most important thing. And that's just what we're choosing to do. So we hope that all of the listeners still support us in the future. And like I said, you will see Michelle at some point in time. There will always be a space, a place, because we're sisters at the end of the day. This is more than just like
a podcast.
Just friends. It's more than just a podcast. It's more than just, it's more than just friends. Emphasis heavy on pretty. Hello. Like, it's more than just that. And I would never want to lose a close friendship or somebody that I do consider a sister over anything. And they know I'm very territorial about my friendships. Like, I don't play that. Once you're friends with me, we're locked in. Ain't no switching up.
Like, so terrified when this part of the conversation comes up, because one day on the podcast, I gotta find the clip. Teray was like, and people know I don't play about Michelle. And I was like,
I don't.
Oh my God, somebody don't play about me. No, but
I don't. Like, she could get on my nerves. And I could tell her she's getting on my nerves.
Yeah,
but y'all
and I real crying. Oh my God.
Michelle,
oh my God, stop.
I was just supposed to be joking. Why am I real crying? But no, nobody got in a fist fight. Nothing like that happened.
No.
But I did tell y'all that's the kind of energy I'm on. So tread lightly.
Yeah, please leave her alone.
She want to move furniture so bad.
I'm trying to get rid of the negativity, but not that much.
No, I think that the controversy and chaos is important, and this particular group of women are very much, I said I want to do it, I'm going to do it, it's going to get done, it's going to be great. And so when the greatness is threatened, you got to pull out. And I will admit here before everybody, I was not always I did not always communicate in the best way that I needed to. And just realizing, like, wow, I don't talk to you bitches outside of the podcast. That's not okay. And so that had to change. It has to change. And I think it is a great I wanted to talk about it here. I wanted us to talk about it, like I guess in public, because I think it's important for people to understand that everything don't have to end in a fallout. Like you don't have to lose your friends because something happens. Sometimes you just need to have one of those good old conversations, and you need to be able to receive a lashing when it is deserved. Take it, think about what's been done, and come up with a solution. I think a lot of us have grown up around women who have said like, "Oh, I don't have a lot of women friends. I don't keep a lot of lady friends. Like that's just not how things were." Or some of us might have women in our family who lose their lady friends as they get older. That's just not a desire for me. We all have daughters, and I grew up with a lot of aunties who didn't have the same blood as me, and that is a desire that I have for my daughter. And I also have made beautiful memories with the women in my life, and I would like to continue making those memories. So decisions had to be made because this friendship is at the top of the list. When I talk about priorities, this friendship is at the top of that list. And some things are just worth saving. I'm a leaver. I'm a leaver. I believe.
You need to leave.
I believe it, but not my friendship. Not good friendships anyway.
Yeah. And I just would hate to have anything ever come to things that we've seen. Like, they always say, don't do pies with your friends and this, that, and the third. And it's like, I do think you can do business and you can mix business and friendship, but if it doesn't work, it's okay to say it doesn't work and you can move on with your friendship and you don't have to have a falling out. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, I love to be like, fuck them. I don't want to be like, fuck them.
Yeah. Being on the receiving end of the fuck them, I never do.
You wasn't really on the receiving end of the
wasn't on the
You was more like
end.
I don't want to be. I've heard those things. I've heard the fuck them. Yeah. I've heard I don't even know what it's called with Teray, but I've heard Teray be like, you can be a ghost to me. Don't nobody want to do that. And to me, I just act like people don't exist. That's weird. I'm sure being on the receiving end of that is weird. Yes. Ain't no beef, baby. You ain't gotta see me. I ain't gotta see you. We probably never gonna cross paths again because I'm gonna make it that way. I don't gotta be in your orbit no more.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately for us, if it ever did come down to that, we will still have to see each other because we share about 7 other people. So
baby birthdays, baby showers. One of y'all friends can't stop having babies, so
she gonna listen to this. No shade.
Y'all bitches is fertile.
But
yeah. So yeah, so it's just like those kinds of things. It's just everybody got to be adults.
Yeah.
Everybody has to be adults and express how you feel to your friend. And if that's really your friend, if that's really your sister, they will be receptive and everybody can just move forward. There will be moments of just like, okay, I need to self-reflect. It doesn't mean that, okay, I express how I felt and I need an answer right now. I also had to learn this. It's just like you may not get the answer that you're looking for right now, but sometimes everybody has to go to their neutral corners. One, cool down. You can't get a resolution in the middle of a heated conversation. It just doesn't work. Everybody has to go to their neutral corners, cool down, self-reflect, and then proceed forward.
Yeah.
Then everybody has to regroup. And that's kind of just what this is.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
I need it now. If I want to have a conversation now, I want to have a conversation now. You can't do that in relationships with people.
You can't. Everybody has different needs, and you kind of have to make sure that all of those are met in order to even have a plan to proceed forward. So once everybody is like, okay, everybody's cool, everybody's calm, collected, now we can go for it. And I want to emphasize this, and we can close this out. Like, you're going to have issues with your friends. Especially if you are friends for a long period of time, if you've never had any kind of you don't have to fight, but it could be like, bitch, are you well? Like, what's happening here? Cool? Like, is you cool? Like, there will be times where you may speak every single day, and then there will be periods of time where y'all don't speak like that.
Yeah.
If you feel a certain way, you can address it. Like, okay, hey, I feel like something's amiss. What's happening? There is going to be times where there's issues in your friendship, and I think it really speaks volume about how you care about your friend if you're willing to move forward and past it.
Right.
And really actively fix whatever the issue is. Like, you can move forward by sweeping shit under the rug, but that same issue will come up again. So it's just like, okay, let's just have a plan to tackle it. Yeah, now we arguing about some shit from 5 years ago. And it's like, why? Well, we could have just addressed it, cleared it up 5 years ago, and never think about it again.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and nobody, I just feel like I never want to be in any relationship, friendship, family ship. I don't care, where there's secret animosity. And I feel like for me, through the years, I definitely had to work on my delivery and how I conveyed that I feel some type of way. And I think I've gotten better with that. I use a lot more words other than fuck them. Okay.
You do be talking. You do be talking.
So sometimes I might use a little bit too many words and I start rambling. But I just feel like I just want my point to be understood and in a loving way. In any relationship, friendship, you have to have tough conversations. Like, even with me and my marriage, it was hard for me to have tough conversations and just talk without getting upset and without, I'm someone, I don't like to argue. I don't like to say things that I know I'm going to regret. So I just won't say anything at all. And I've operated that way in my relationship for a long time. I operated that way with my family and with my friends. I will literally just ghost you in the situation because I don't want to say anything that's too overboard that I can't come back from. But now I've learned to go to my little secret hole, think about what it is that I'm trying to explain and why I feel the way that I feel, and then have that conversation, opposed to an unnecessary blow up that you can't come back from.
Yeah. Our conversations about my communication has definitely caused me to reflect on how I communicate with everybody. And it's an issue across the board. I'll say that. And I'm working on it. It is an issue because I said something to somebody the other day and they were like, "Why didn't you tell me before? I could have prepared." And I was like, I was nervous. They said, why were you nervous to say something? You need to communicate. I said, that's all I had to do? Communicate that I was nervous about something and we talked about it? Why
and you're a talker.
This so just look at that. Problem solved.
I know. But I think it's the trauma. It really do be the trauma. And I need to, like, we past that now. And I think being past the trauma that has caused me to, like, not want to communicate has made me realize that, okay, you can't wear this as a badge. Like, oh, I just don't want to communicate because I over communicated or nobody care, or you feel like, even in the conversation we had, I was like, I don't want to be considered or some shit like that. And y'all were like, what? We're your friends. We always consider you. Like, it's okay for people to consider you. I needed to vocalize that feeling. So, like Teray, you said, I think a couple of years ago, you was like, you are saying that your feeling is one thing, but it's probably a million other things. You got to use your feeling wheel, find it on the feeling wheel. And if I don't communicate, I can never get to the root of what the issue is. So it's definitely, I think if I do need to make a resolution, it is to be a better communicator, because even the small changes that I've made recently in my communication have, like, lit a match or lit a light bulb, something. It's definitely changed, I think, where I thought certain relationships were going. Yeah, I like it.
That's always good. I think also with communication, because I brought up emotions, it's like I can come off very, like, non-emotional. I'm an internal emotional person, and dealing with my daughter, who is very outwardly emotional, it's like a clash because although she's 2, I know this is what her personality is going to be. Like, she is who she is already. So thinking to myself that, like, okay, I'm teaching her about emotions and I'm teaching myself about emotions, because there are more than happy, sad, angry. Because that's where I reside. That's it. The disappointment is an emotion. Like, it's a feeling. Like, so telling myself there are ways to communicate those emotions other than just icing everybody out. So even that is, I guess that could be a New Year's resolution for me too. Like discovering the different emotions that I have and actually putting labels and feelings with them. You're not just happy. You're not just sad.
Yeah. Emotional wheels for everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Sarah, you should look it up. It probably would help. It seems like one of those stupid ass things, but it's like a color wheel. It's like, because it's like happy, sad, all of those, like the generic ones. But then it's like, oh, yeah, okay, mad is the overarching one, but we could really take this to a micro level and be like,
right,
actually, disappointment is a part of this emotion. So it's like, I actually do feel that it's a subset of this. And it just helps to put shit into words, even if you just use it personally for yourself. Like, okay, when you're having your self-reflection, like, I'm upset about this. What do I really feel? Because being upset, it doesn't describe it good enough. Like, I got to bring this down to be like, oh, actually, I feel this. I don't feel upset. I feel this specific. So that way, when you're communicating to whoever, you're like, you can put a clear word to it. Like, this is the word. Here it is. I found it. It's that. So I think that it's beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
So here is to 2025 and all the shit it has to come with. I'm, dare I say, excited? Excited in some ways, nervous in others. We just
don't be scared. Don't be scared.
No, there's some shit to be scared. There's some shit to be scared of. But I'm ready for the roller coaster that this shit's gonna be, and I'm buckled up, Buttercup.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of prayer.
Into
11:11, God, please help us out. And so new things to come, and
if things get a little crazy in 2025, can we come stay with you?
Who? Why would we want to go stay down there?
Why would we want to come to Georgia?
I'm just saying.
I feel like this where the shit gonna pop up first.
I'm nervous.
We're gonna be on fire.
Y'all.
Biden got that boy out. He didn't pardon his son. They coming for him first.
I mean, should he have not? That's his. I mean, I would have did that. That's my seed. I'm gonna bail my seed out regardless, unless you a serial killer. But yeah,
child. We don't know who's gonna be roaming these streets in 2025.
Listen, we got bigger fish to fry.
Yes, bigger fish to fry.
Girls is fighting, and we could talk about that offline because I don't even know what to think. I need y'all to educate me.
Okay. Well, thank you all, current listeners, future listeners. Hello. Let's get ready for 2025, okay?
Okay.
Here's to 47 episodes.
Here's to 47.
I got a drink.
Yeah. That's better.
Oh, okay. Bye.
All right, bye.